it's a new world being built at the same time. And it doesn't need to destroy the old world because we're all going to migrate there. And what we're seeing is that's what network adoption is a migration. You and I have just talked about, well, do we really need a bank account for most of our savings and investments? No. Okay, so you've now, what, 75% migrated? Okay, that's amazing, right? And you've migrated to another world that functions really well. We're still testing it, but it functions really well. So what happens is over time, people become less reliant on the old world. And this is what people miss about the central bank digital currencies. They're actually making it easier for you to migrate to the new world. And I think that's purposeful. You know, I've had conversations with the Department of Defense and all sorts of people. They know, they're fully aware of the risks that the leverage has within the system, the interconnectedness of the financial system. They're completely aware of it. So for this to be a way for the system not to blow up, it ends with a whimper and not a bang. Look, it's a nice narrative. And if the technology is as powerful as we think it is, and it has network effects, it will go up in value over time. Does it offset the central bank balance sheet? It looks that way, but who knows? It's an exponential bloody asset. It goes up anyway. It should do in theory. So yes, it probably is a long-term store of value, but who just wants to store value? The combo, if those are your concerns, then the combo of gold and Bitcoin is actually a nice portfolio. It's actually pretty decent. And you can sit that quietly. Gold dampens the volatility somewhat. Crypto gives you upside. Super interesting. But to talk about how it's taking market share, and it is, because I'm seeing all the family offices allocate outside of gold because of it's just storing it, moving it around. It's bloody clunky and experience in the contemporary age. And like one of my clients for Global Macro Investor is a famous, very elderly, well, in age, not in mind, Italian industrialist. And I mean, he's a gold guy. He's a gold guy. You know, he grew up having to escape the war into Switzerland, across the border from Italy, blah, blah, blah. So he's gold guy through and through. I mean, his crypto position now for the last 2 years has been 5 times that of his gold position. I think this is going to be one of the realizations that a lot of people have, and you're not the first person I've seen to have the same realization, which is you sell something in crypto and you go, well, I don't need to put it in my bank account. And then you realize you immediately flip it into a stable coin. Within 5 minutes, you're earning yield. And you're like, huh. So all of that, I have to go to a middleman, I have to pay them to get access to this product and then that, and the bank takes 3 days to clear. It's like, well, it's all nonsense. Why the hell would you even bother? And I've seen a lot of people go through this. It's like, I just paid my physical living bills using my bank account. But, you know, why bother with have your assets in a bank? I get it, makes sense. The truth is whatever Jamie Dimon says, JP Morgan's scaling crypto massively. They're banking crypto firms. They have, you know, I'm speaking at a JP Morgan event, I'm speaking about crypto. Goldman's doing the same. Everybody's doing it. All the investment banks, all the asset management firms. There's no way you can ban it, and there's no intention of banning it. They kind of get it. And I think, you know, at national security level, they understand it's actually useful, right? It's useful, like gold is useful. People don't really want to ban gold because it's bloody useful if something goes wrong. So, so I think regulation is the issue they've got is the 1934 securities law. So that is what is the security use, what's not. Then it only allows certain people to have access and others can't, and that becomes a very unfair system because, you know, all rich people get rich off VC and early stage investments, and the average Joe doesn't. So basically what happens is the VCs dump the stock once the company goes public, and many of these don't do well, which is what happened in the SPACs. You know, a lot of them just went down in price. Mm-hmm. So how do you level the playing field? You know, crypto's early stage VC that's liquid. Okay, great. What you need to do is just give them a bloody warning to say, you know, you're about to do a trade. Do you understand that this is a speculative asset? You could lose all your money. That's what you do with options. If you can trade options on Robinhood, why the fuck can you not trade crypto? and anything you want. I mean, that's madness. India had been making, as many countries, making angry statements about crypto, like we should ban it, and they kind of banned it and not banned it. They unbanked all the crypto exchanges one period of time, a few years ago, and there was a big movement coming through, driven by Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, that they were probably going to come down hard on it. The budget gets announced yesterday in India, and the budget says, oh, crypto, they're virtual digital assets and they're not currencies. So it doesn't conflict with the rupee. So we're like, rupee, the currency, different thing. These are virtual digital assets, and we're going to tax them at 20% of capital gains, 30%. Now, it's a high tax rate, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. It's the start. Like today, Thailand announced that it's moving its capital gains from 15% to 0, or whatever it's doing, because that's what will happen. But you've basically been given the green light to 1.3 billion people, and Indians kind of understand the value of gold. They understand these savings instruments, and they're, that kind of top 200 million people are highly educated, very mathematical. I mean, Bitcoin's like perfect for them. They're big with technology, and they've usually got friends and family who live in different countries. So the diaspora wants to send money to each other. All of this, you want to send your auntie some money immediately. It's a shit show to send it to India. I mean, I'm half Indian, so I know what it's like. But stable coins, I could send it to my cousin in 2 minutes.